don't hit record now, and I hit it like when I'm like, oh, when I officially start the interview, then I'll hit record. Then I go off on awesome tangents with, or some like one of the guests tells like a really cool
Yeah.
story, and I'm like, damn it, like I wasn't recording. So I've just gotten in the
I
habit of
hear
just
you.
hitting
I hear
record.
you. Yeah, let's record it all.
Yeah, for sure.
Where in South Jersey are you? What specific town?
So I'm in a place called Sicklerville. A very
Hmm.
strange name
Oh,
for a town.
so that's the actual
That's the name
town's
of the movie
name.
you're
The
working
movie.
on.
Okay, got it.
That's the name of the movie. The director and writer, Jason Mayer, he's from here, and this is kind of based on his true life story growing up here. And honestly, it's a dark, gritty, dark one. Probably one of the heaviest emotionally like
Oh,
film
whoa.
projects that I've ever been. Yeah, he had lost a lot of friends, unfortunately, to
Hmm.
drugs. They got into pills and heroin and everything. And so it's kind of about that. And yeah, so it's we're literally shooting in his actual hometown. So name of
Wow.
Wow,
the name of the town, name of the movie, Sicklerville. Yeah.
That's
very cool.
cool.
Yeah.
I actually am a huge fan of those type of movies. Like if you
Mhm.
look at like um anything like
Napoleon Dynamite for one. That
well
was about his life and pressing,
yeah.
wasn't it? And less heavy, it sounds like.
Yeah, less
Yeah,
heavy.
yeah, way
No,
less heavy.
but
Yeah.
what's the one I'm trying to think of? Gosh darn it. The famous Texas one that's not Paris, Texas, but it's the other
Mm.
like black and white one with Jeff Bridges. I can't remember what it's
Oh,
called.
The Last Picture Show?
Last Picture Show. Yeah.
Last picture show, is that Bogdanovich?
Yeah,
Peter
Bogdanovich.
Bogdanovich? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Like those just
Mhm.
those things about like that town, about that environment, about that time in that town, like what
Yeah.
people are I love those kind of movies. So
Mhm.
that's awesome.
Have you
Uh,
guys seen Kids?
oh
Mm-mm.
yeah.
Harmony Korine? This is that's probably the most similar to this film that I can think of as a reference. So dark,
Oh
but
yeah.
I think it's gonna have some real poignancy and power to it. It's a great cast. I'm working with Ruby Modine in this. She plays my pregnant girlfriend in this. I'm working with this great actor named Timothy Griffin Allen. Funnily enough, we just put him on tape for like a big pilot in this space, and he booked it, and he's filming next week.
Oh, I love that.
We've
Very
been
cool.
like, we've been doing audition tapes on the weekends and stuff. And then Cody St. Yu is in it. He was on like Teen Wolf and stuff, and he's
Mm.
he's a fantastic actor. And yeah, it's really cool. It's like it's kind of a young cast, and I just got to work with Felissa Rose. Do you guys know who that is?
Mm-mm.
Uh-uh.
She's kind of a scream queen. Like she's been in a lot
Mm.
of
Mm.
like she's playing really against type in this, since this is just like a gritty drama. Um,
Mm.
but yeah, it's one of those stories where the director is like, I've wanted to tell this story for years. It's immensely personal to him, and he largely financed it himself. And it's one of those rare opportunities I find as an actor these days where you get to do just a real human people story, a real drama, not something that's totally genre or anything, and just something about people and their dysfunctional lives. So
Mhm.
it's been really cool. Yeah, it's been really cool to get to work on it.
I
Has
love it, man.
has the preparation process been different with like this ensemble if you compare that to like the more genre based stuff?
Um, yeah, in some ways, yeah, it has been. It's you kind of. I mean, the goal is always to be tapping into the truth in a performance, even when you're in something in a genre. You always want to play it earnestly, I think. But this one, it's just a little more real. There's something that's a little more. It's just way closer to home, and my character has like based on the actual director's life. I'm playing him essentially in the film,
Mm.
a mix between he and his brother. But he lost his dad in a tragic work accident
Mm.
when he was young. I lost my dad unexpectedly when I was young. Um, he was expelled from high school for making this film that they thought was too
Oh,
provocative. It depicted a suicide in the film, and he was like
damn.
got kicked out of school for it. I got
Oh,
kicked
man.
out of
Kicked
high
out of
school.
school.
Yeah,
That's
Wow.
rough.
um,
That's kinda rough for a film, but,
yeah, yeah,
Well,
yeah. And so there's just I have a lot of similarities to this
mhm.
character, and This is one of those films, though. I'm looking forward to. I'm gonna be proud of the work when we're finished, but I'm looking forward to being. I'm tired. It's been an intense shoot, and I'm ready
Mhm.
to kind of get this one in the can and
Mhm.
move on. Just because it's an emotional one. I mean, I've never done such heavy scenes in anything I've ever filmed in before. So I'm
Yeah, and
proud
you're
of it, but it's just intense. Yeah.
yeah, and you're, so you're in New Jersey right now, South New Jersey. Where's home? You live in LA?
Yeah, I live in LA. I was born and raised in Ojai, California. It's a
Mm,
small town kind of between Ventura and Santa Barbara, about an hour and 40 minutes driving north
mm.
from LA. But I've lived in LA for about 13 years now, and yeah, so that's home. That's home base. But as you guys know, in this business, you do a lot of traveling. You move around a lot.
Mhm.
So and that's kind of nice. I'm going to visit my sister in New York after this for a week. She lives in
Oh,
Brooklyn. Yeah,
very cool.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
exciting, and I was gonna bring up, a little intro, I guess, everybody. This will be our late intro. We're here with James Paxton today on Mother's Day
Hey,
Sunday. Hey,
Hey.
James, how you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great, John. Good to see you, Ron. Good to
Yeah,
see you guys.
so did you call your mom yet, for Mother's Day?
I have sent flowers and I've
Oh,
messaged with her
man.
this morning. Yeah.
There you go.
I don't worry. I've been on it.
Yeah,
I,
awesome.
I
Yeah.
went to the Saturday market here in our town and
Mm.
got like a nice basket for my mother.
Did
So
you?
yeah, it
Oh,
was like
that's
a little
great.
carry for her stuff. Yeah, she loved it. It was like
Oh, my
crocheted.
mom's
Oh,
dead,
that sounds
so
good.
I
I love that.
think it's
That's
funny.
actually a very beautiful thing. So we haven't talked about this at the festival, but
Uh,
you have got a lot of things around your mother. We
oh,
talk
that's
about
true.
your mom a lot during the festival because there's a lot of
Mm.
things that
Yeah.
she loved and like inspired because you and your sister are also
Yeah,
both involved.
It's Mother's Day. We can talk about my mom a little bit.
Yeah.
She passed in
Mhm.
2020, I guess during COVID, but just from cancer.
Oh man.
So
Oh
one of
my
the
gosh.
yeah, and she was a Rocky Mountain photographer, right? We're Montanans, and
Yeah.
so we have one of our awards with one of the cash prizes for indie filmmakers is the Lynn Marie Duncan Award for Best Rocky Mountain Cinematography. It's a bit of a mouthful.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh wow.
but
That's so cool.
I guess we haven't talked
I
about that
love
yet
that.
publicly, have we?
Yeah, we have it.
Yeah, so that'll be
Man.
cool. I'm excited to give that award out. So
Well, and it's just
I can empathize with you. I'm sorry to cut you off, Ron, but I can empathize with you, John. With lost my dad and everything. So
mm,
I'm so sorry. There's never really any words for it, but I think it's always beautiful to honor them whenever possible,
mhm.
and all the time, really. And you do
Yeah.
that just by carrying this on.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's kind of fun to bring it up, and I don't know if you have this dark sense of humor, but I know my mom had a really dark sense of humor, and
Yeah,
so
I
I
do.
know, like okay, good, good, and so whenever, like, someone's talking
Yeah.
about, like, Mother's Day or something, and I make a joke like, "Oh, my mom's dead," like, I know my mom would think that's really funny to, like, just try to make
so it's
Yeah.
people
like actually
uncomfortable with
put
it.
an
Just to
homage.
drop that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Boom.
so I love it. So, we can talk a little bit about your current work. Let's transition into that. So you're working on Sicklerville, we kinda talked about that, and,
Mhm.
when are you wrapping that up? You said, was that this week?
Yeah, May 15th. So I shoot tomorrow through the whole week. So we wrap on Friday. It's been a 4 week shoot. So I just
Oh,
finished up
okay.
week 3. Yeah.
Very cool.
So yeah. And I recently last year I made this movie, this crazy movie that I can't wait to talk about. It's
Mhm.
called Toad, and
Oh.
Ooh.
it's like a stoner comedy that the Laugh Factory is producing. It's their first foray
What?
into film and TV. Yeah, and
Oh, snap.
this movie is packed with like comedic legends, and it was so fun. It's about
Hmm.
psychedelic toads. So it's about these two best friends. They're
Mhm.
these stoner idiot friends, Sam and Alex. I play Sam.
Mhm.
Oliver Wyman plays Alex. And we wake up at the beginning of this movie and we don't know where we are. Clearly it's kind of like a hangover intro where
Mhm.
there's just like, remnants of a huge mansion party in
Mhm.
Beverly Hills. And then these girls come out and they're like, hey, so my brother still has that job for you. And we're like, your brother, what are you talking? We don't remember anything. And then
Mhm.
Craig Robinson comes out and he's got a box for us. And he says, of course, don't look in the box, but take
Mhm.
this box. I'll pay you $1,000 now and 9 grand more when you make it to Vegas and deliver it
Ah,
to this client of mine who's
I
played
like
by
this.
Howie Mandel.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Oh,
who
Oh,
plays a
cool.
French chef, and
Mhm.
and
whoa.
Bobby Lee is his sous chef, and so we
Probably
of
really
course
nice.
open the box, Yeah, we
Okay.
open the box and it's like a box of 6 Sonoran desert toads, which are
Hmm.
the
Wow.
DMT toads.
Mhm.
It's the most
Okay.
powerful hallucinogen on the
Mhm.
planet. Yeah, actually, the only time it naturally is released in your body is the moment you die, because you like it's apparent. I haven't done it. This is a slapstick comedy version
Right.
of
Uh,
this, and they're like genetically modified super toads, and we don't know that they can get you high just from touching them and stuff. And so it's just a trippy adventure movie through the desert. We get basically harassed by this like biker gang that James Franco plays the lead of,
Oh, very cool.
and then we end up in a sex cult in the desert that Tiffany Haddish runs,
mm,
and we have to free these young girls from it or help them escape. And it's a wild movie. Like Paris Jackson is in it. Lee Ehrenberg, Caroline Ray, Cat Williams plays a toad, a
really?
Oh,
giant toad
man.
named Earl that like we hallucinate and sits in the back seat. I mean, it's
Mm.
supposed to come out on 420 of next year,
I'm
so
dude, I'm
it's
so
gonna.
excited to watch that.
Dude, that's
Yeah,
perfect.
I'm really
Well,
excited about that one. We shot for like 65 days on it because there's so many, well-known actors and performers in this movie that it was
Mhm.
hard to schedule it all. So we would go and we'd film for 6 weeks in Joshua Tree, then we'd go on hiatus for a few months, go
Mm.
back for 2 weeks and
Mm.
film, and do a little bit in Vegas. It was all
Interesting.
California and Nevada.
Mhm.
Um, Mostly in Joshua Tree, honestly. So that was really fun. I was in a this I started the movie this month last year and was in a Airbnb in Joshua Tree with my co-star for like 6 weeks, but then we finally wrapped the shooting of the film in beginning of December. So it was like a whole year, almost a year long kind of journey. And
that's
they're
Yeah.
still in
amazing.
they're still in post and stuff. I think they're doing some miniatures things and stuff. So
Oh,
Mhm.
I'm
wow.
wrapped, but they're still
Oh,
working on
man.
it.
That sounds so cool. I'm hoping it's not a straight to streaming. It sounds like it's gonna get a theatrical release.
Yeah, their goal
Very
is a
cool.
theatrical release for this.
I hope
Yeah.
so, yeah.
They definitely are swinging big for this one, and I really hope it really connects and gets out there in a big way. It's a really
Mm.
fun movie, and it's a very insane, like it's got crass moments, but it's got a lot of heart to it as well, because there's this
Mhm.
whole philosophical message behind it, about the journey. And it's the kind of the old adage about it's not the destination, it's the journey. but
Mhm.
uh but it's yeah, like Cat Williams is teaching us toadism and stuff, and that's what it's like. It's hilarious. It's so good. Yeah, it's very much like Cheech and Chong. Like Tommy Chong makes
I
a
was gonna
Mm.
say,
cameo.
it feels like a throwback to a lot of those great stoner comedies
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
road trip stoner comedies in a way. Like, I love that. Um,
Absolutely, yeah.
what's it like? What's your approach? Because I think working with probably somebody the caliber of like a Cat Williams or a Craig Robinson or Bobby Lee, where you know that they're like assassins with comedy, right? Like, how does scene work that way when you're working with somebody that's that on the wit side of things, and trying to
Yeah.
balance and really make the comedic energy work, you know?
Yeah, yeah, Ron, that is a great, great question. You are truly, at all times, you are light on your feet.
Mm.
I mean, you are literally, it sucks you into being as present a performer as you can be, because they are going to throw something different at you every time.
Mm.
So that means, you want to get in there and spar. So
Right.
you're like, okay, I'm going to try this then. Like, how can I, throw something at them that will get them to react a different way? Or like, because they're throwing it at me. The most elite improviser, like improv actor though, that I worked with on this, I forgot to
Mhm.
mention him in the cast, is Ike Barinholtz.
Mm,
He's from The Studio. He plays Sal Saperstein on The Studio, that Seth Rogen
Oh,
show. And
that's a
right.
great show.
he's yeah, this guy is unbelievable at throwing something different at you every time, and
Mm.
it's all in character and it works. He plays this cop, that we accidentally dose with the toad juice, and
Right.
then he breaks the fourth wall, and he's just like, I'm in a movie, and it like pans over, it's our actual movie crew and stuff, and he's like,
Oh,
and none of
nice.
the characters believe him, and he's just like, no, I'm in a fucking movie. Like it's it's so
Love it.
good. But
Mel
yeah,
Brooks kind of
you
thing.
truly are just like present.
Mm,
You just and you know what's nice? There's a freedom to not being over prepared to do it
mm,
one way. You walk in there and you go, you know what? We'll see what happens today. Like we have the context, we have the characters. Let's let's play with it. And there was so much playing. I mean, we would go off script constantly and improvise things. And Adam Rifkin directed it, and it was my
Mm,
second time working with Adam Rifkin. He directed a film called Last Train to Fortune, which is a western, totally
mm,
different kind. It's like a wholesome, family-friendly western that I did with Malcolm McDowell,
mhm,
and that's hopefully coming out sometime this year. There's been some
mm,
issues like with the release and just the
mm.
timing, and it's got a small distributor, but we really want to put that in some theaters as well. So we're working on that to get that out. But I shot that a while ago. But that's probably the film that I'm most proud of that I've ever
mm.
gotten to do. Yeah.
Why do you
Sorry, I
think
just
you're most
totally
proud
took
of
it in a
that?
different. Why?
Yeah.
Um, there. Well, because it's this wonderful story like that I have never seen told before. It's and I grew up in the Western genre, and I think as an actor, I think many actors want that feather in their cap of like I got to make a Western. I got to make it's just such a I just grew up like my dad was always playing me westerns growing up and stuff, and dad had Tombstone, and I always wanted to make one. And
Yeah.
Right.
yeah, and I love period pieces. And this was like 1873 in the old west, and I got to play a young outlaw who robs Malcolm's character. Malcolm is an English school teacher who comes to he's a schoolmaster who comes to the old west. You find out later why he's left England and comes to the old west. And but he takes a job as there's a budding frontier town called Fortune. That's the name of the town, and they need a schoolmaster. And so he misses the last train that's going to take him the last leg. And then I rob him because he's getting in those days the next train wasn't coming for another week, and he has to be there by Monday morning's bell. And so I shepherd him. He convinces me to shepherd him the 2 day ride with my horse to Fortune in exchange for the advance on his salary. And then he teaches me the importance of reading and books and stuff. And he's ignorant to the realities of the old west. And but my character is illiterate and everything. And it's just a beautiful story. I felt like I was making something that could really stand the test of time and have a really important message that it carries forward. And I got to do every day with Malcolm McDowell. I mean, it was
Right.
just
I was gonna
incredible.
say,
That
you're
is really
working with
cool.
another,
Yeah.
incredible actor. Uh,
Yeah.
we kinda talked about this, and kind of
Mhm,
interested to see.
mhm,
So, all these projects we're talking about, James, it's, like, incredible to just already see in your career just the breadth of work you're doing. Like, how are you selecting projects, or how are projects coming in?
mm.
Like, what's your, like, barometer for
Mm.
knowing when it's the right script, right?
Thanks, Ron. I've come a long way since you and I met. I think,
I know, I know. Well,
um,
again, but you were amazing.
When was
I
that?
still remember the short film that you were so we met, what would it have been? 20 it was still in the
20, I think it was 2014.
Okay.
Like,
2014, right,
yeah,
at
2014.
in Idaho at the Sun Valley Film Festival.
Oh.
Shout out the Sun Valley Film Festival, great
Mm,
film
Yep,
festival
shout
as
out Sun
well.
Valley Film Festival.
And,
Definitely.
uh, it was a kind of amazing thing because your dad was there, of course, but there was this
Yeah.
special screening of your film, and I just remember how beautiful that film actually was. It was
mm.
shot really, really beautifully, and kind
Thank
of
you.
like it
Thank
was
you.
just like and getting excited about like, "Oh my gosh, there's another Paxton, and there's a new Paxton actor coming into the fold," and, like,
Dude, I
I
totally
think
remember just getting to talk to you and stuff getting to know you. It's I don't know, I remember it like it was yesterday. And that was such a special trip for me. Like dad had a blast. Like we got to hang out with Clint Eastwood. It was just crazy. Yeah. And I got to go up there with two of my best friends from acting class too. And they had my dad helped them get some short films in the festival too. So it's just like this wonderful, like just a wonderful vibe like all around. And yeah, I miss that definitely, man. So but I've done I was 20 then and I'm 32 now, which is unbelievable. I've done so much of my career without my dad being here, and it's the way that I stay connected to him. Every time I'm on a set, I feel like he's walking on the set with me. And so I try to work as much as I can. You know, it's a tough business to keep working in. There's always down periods, but I'm my goal right now is to try to do one like I'm not trying to do the same thing twice right now. It's like if I'm gonna do something, then the next thing it's got to be different. You know, uh, different genre, different character. It's I want to change the look. You know, it just everything. So that's kind of, and I think will hopefully showcase like what I'm able to do, and you know, and you know the range that I can do. You know, I can work in any genre and do something hopefully good with it. So yeah,
No, you're definitely doing
that's
that,
my
man.
philosophy.
Like, I was gonna say, the other project we wanted to bring up was Dragon,
Mhm.
the
Oh
sci-fi
yeah,
kind of AI kind of film that also got
yeah.
released, is out on Amazon, and,
Mhm.
like, yeah, like, I mean, even just in the, like, work we've been seeing, it's like I'm seeing you in that leading man sci-fi thing,
Mhm.
and now we're talking about the stoner comedy thing,
Yeah.
we'll get the grind about but it's like, yeah, there's just a breadth of different approaches toward the project.
Yeah, I had a question about Dragon. Where'd you shoot Dragon? Ron was saying somewhere in Europe?
Yeah, Dragon was all in Serbia. And Dragon was an unbelievable experience because I was on the set of Grind. I was finishing Grind, and we were shooting in Koreatown. Grind was all filmed in LA, all around LA. But my segment was, because it's an anthology, it was all filmed in Koreatown. And I was one of my last days on the Grind set, and a producer that I knew that I had never worked with before called me on my lunch break and said, "Hey, I'm making this movie in Serbia. We're shooting in 5 weeks. We just had Tom Felton drop out of the lead role. Will you come to Serbia and do it?"
Oh my
I
And
was
you were
like,
like,
"Where is
"Yeah."
Serbia? Where is
Right, right.
Serbia?"
Yeah, like Googling, right, right.
Yeah. I was like, I know I have, you know, I'm a huge basketball. Obviously, you know, Ron. Well, I'm a huge basketball guy. I you know, I know that there's great athletes like Jokic and Doncic is from Slovenia, and you know, from that part of the world. And there's always been great basketball players from like former Yugoslavia. And but I didn't know where that was because Serbia is tiny. I mean, you could fit like five Serbias inside of South Carolina. Like it's a tiny country, and you know, it's like, and so I said, "Yeah, like let me do it." He said, "Okay, I'm going to have you on a Zoom next week with Peter Weber, the director who did Hannibal Rising and Girl with a Pearl Earring. He's got done a lot of different things, and an old kind of English director who's I loved working with him, but they didn't have, you know, a huge budget. But money goes a lot further in Serbia, and you know, and Peter was like, we're gonna lean into like the campiness of like, you know, 1980s action horrors and like Predator and stuff, you know, like we're gonna lean into that. And I was like, all right, this sounds fun. And they're like, yeah, you're playing just like the dumb, clueless American guy who comes, you know, brings his young daughter and his wife to Serbia because he thinks, you know, he's gonna get this promotion if he fills in for his boss and does this corporate retreat. And then little do they know the company's gonna be testing this like AI military drone technology on them, the Dragon. And Yeah, so that was all Serbia. So we stayed in Belgrade, the biggest city in Serbia, at the Hyatt Regency there. And then we would basically most of the film was shot in the forest, about an hour and 15 minutes outside of the city. So we would drive every day out there and yeah, get into the forest. And the weather was really unpredictable. I got sick as a dog in the middle of filming that movie, and like I had never been so sick on a set before. It kind of reminded me of this story about my dad, which I don't know if has ever been told before publicly, so I'll tell you guys that one. But it's about Near Dark. Um, but
Favorite of
Anyway,
ours,
so
by the way. Near Dark is an amazing movie.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're
one of my
Classic.
favorites of Dad's as well, and
yeah.
but yeah, it ended up the weather was so unpredictable that they had told like the location reps had said to production like, don't worry, because we did that in the entire month of September of
Mm.
2024 in Serbia. They're like, don't worry, it never rains in September. It rained constantly on us
Oh,
like
no.
in the first week and stuff, and then it would be
Mm.
like blazing hot, then and the next
Mm.
minute we'd be freezing in the forest, then we'd be like sweating, and it was such a physical movie out
Mm.
there in the elements with all that gear and stuff that I just got so feverish for a few days
Ugh.
that like a Serbian witch doctor came to my trailer and like gave me a B
No.
vitamin shot or something and like a
Hey,
cocktail
well,
of like
I guess as long as it's
medicine.
just B
That's a
vitamins, yeah.
movie in and of
Yeah, yeah,
itself.
yeah.
That's like a
Yeah.
premise itself.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, and
how
that's what happened to Dad on Near Dark.
Mm.
The night he had to film his like iconic bar scene where he's like
Mhm.
finger licking good, and he's like having some trouble with your hog leg there, and he's like walking out the bar. He's like that. He was so sick in
Mm.
that day. He was like could hardly like think straight,
Mm.
and they gave him. I remember he told me he got a B vitamin shot in the
Mm.
ass, and it helped him. It like got him up. It was like right
Mm.
before that take, and it got him up there to do it. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna try that on this. I need
Oh,
this.
nice, nice, nice.
So
Is
yeah.
B vitamin code for something, or is that, or actual B vitamins?
It is.
Yeah,
Actual B vitamins.
I think it actually is. Hopefully, I wouldn't. I'd like to I'd like to believe it's actually just vitamins.
Yeah, the
But
witch doctor in Serbia is like, "Yeah, it's just vitamins." And you're like, "Oh,
yeah,
okay,
I
I
know,
feel really
I know. I
jazzed."
Whoa.
was like, you know what, and it helped me whatever it was, and I was able to stay because I was that was one of those intense shoots where they worked 6-day work weeks there, so I only had
Mm.
Sundays off because I was like first in, last out every day of
Mm.
that movie,
Mm.
every single day, and there was just no time to no rest, no rest.
Yeah, people don't think about this, but
Mm.
it's I mean, we talk about it, but it's like film work is so hard and it's such a marathon to kind of come across it on a physical level. And then when you're doing physical acting, as I think that was the thing I was going to ask, because like now we're talking about all these different genres of acting approaches, but like talk about action kind of work. Like that's a
Mm.
very different type of acting, right? Because it's
Yeah,
very
definitely.
it
And and
continuity. I have to grab
yeah.
the bomb at this time or whatever, right?
Mm.
No, absolutely. And like you're 100% right. Like it can be so much more rigorous than people realize, like acting on film. But at the same time, like, nobody works harder than the crew. And like it just takes a village, and like, at the end of the day, I'm getting to act, so I always find that the energy, because it's a cool it's an amazing job, and it's like, so I'm never like, oh, complaining about it in any kind of way. Like but it can be tiring just because you're also, yeah, you have to stay like mentally kind of engaged, and that can be one of the most tiresome components of it. But then when you add in all the action stuff, you're just like, damn, like you get winded out there, especially when you're actually outside too, and you're not on like a sound stage or something,
Mhm.
Right.
on a nice cool sound stage. I'm trying to get back to some TV. Uh, but um,
Live from a studio
but
audience.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Is
yeah.
shooting in Europe? Do they manage their sets differently? Is it a lot different? Just how people like directors are managing their sets, or is it pretty similar to working in, the U.S.?
Um, I'd say it's pretty similar.
Hmm.
If anything, I'd say they work even harder.
Hmm.
Like they just are efficient, and it was an all Serbian crew. We had a Serbian DP. The production designer was Joseph Hodges, who's done a lot. He was English, and he was a friend of Peter's. But everybody else was Serbian on the crew, and they're tough out there. Like
Mhm.
it's kind of like going back to the 70s or something. Everybody
Right.
smokes everywhere, like
Uh-huh.
inside, in the car, everywhere. And so like grips are literally like not even. They're just they've all got like cigarettes dangling out of their mouth. They're moving the heaviest
Right, with
looking
the
thing
big
you've
lights.
seen. Like,
Yeah.
While smoking,
yeah, and
yeah,
they just got a cigarette dangling from their mouth constantly.
that's funny.
Um, Yeah, but no, they worked. They were very professional. I think I love Serbia, and I really really love the people. And I felt like when I left there, I left like a huge part of my heart in that country. I really did. Yeah.
That's cool.
Sounds like such an adventure, man.
I was gonna
That's
say, with Serbian
yeah.
crews, it sounds like they're really hardworking. I heard I don't know if it was Aliens, but James Cameron was talking about working in England and how they were or I think it was either Cameron or Kubrick talking about working with English crews, and
Oh,
there are
wow.
a lot more tea breaks, I've heard. I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah,
Have you
yeah.
shot in England yet?
No, I'm dying to. I'm my
Mm,
mom's from London,
Oh,
so
wow.
I am half English and I go to the UK often. I'm actually
mm,
going in July, but I've never gotten to actually work there, and I have dual citizenship through my mother, so I'm
Oh,
really
cool.
trying to get on something there. I would love to shoot at Pinewood Studios or
mhm,
Twickenham
Oh,
Film
yeah.
Studios. Like, it'd just be like, oh, I'm shooting where Albert Finney made Saturday Night Sunday morning, like,
Oh, yeah,
mhm.
dude.
or I'm fucking shooting where they did Aliens.
I
Like,
was gonna
it
say
would be
Aliens,
so.
yeah.
It'd be so cool. I'd love to get like to work on some big stuff that really has amazing set builds and on actual studios and stuff, and that'd be really fun.
Yeah, very cool. And Dragon, it looks like we can watch it on Prime, Cineverse, and Screenbox TV. Is that right?
Yeah, 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 yeah. There's a variety of places because Cineverse distributed, took it out, and they
Mm,
it's on Screenbox. It's on like you can rent it pretty much like Apple,
mm,
Amazon,
mhm,
YouTube movies, the rental, the Google Movies thing.
Right.
mhm,
Yeah, it's on all those, so it's very easy to find. Yeah.
I could tell you're I mean, we kind of know this from our talks and stuff, but like you're a film lover.
mhm,
And while we were just literally talking about the streaming service stuff,
mhm,
uh, I kind of want to see like how do you find unique work now? Because like we kind of live in this interesting time where it's like you can go to these primes or stuff, but like there's like something like Screenbox TV, like there's these other streaming services that people don't realize that a really cool independent film might be on,
mhm,
or
Oh
like
yeah.
you know like
Oh
how do
yeah. There's so much out there. Like to, I mean, even like sites like Tubi has like a lot of great films now.
mhm.
right.
Um, I'm a big fan of picking something so randomly and just watching it.
Nice.
Like
Yep.
doing no research going into it. Like
Mm,
whereas my girlfriend is like the opposite. Like it's got to be a huge discussion before we decide like that we're gonna watch
Mhm.
something. Which is there's merits to that process as well.
Right.
mhm,
Because my pick something at random is pretty hit or miss sometimes. But I don't know. I'm always if I hear something that sounds unique to me, I'm gonna search it out and watch it. There's a really great film right now that's just playing theaters, but it's an independent film and they're only releasing it through theaters. And it's actually
mm,
our producer on Toad and Last Train to Fortune. He's been
mm,
distributing this film through his new company, WG Pictures, Wyman
Mm.
Gold. That's Brad Wyman. He produced a lot of stuff for Adam Rifkin, but it's called Our Hero Balthazar,
mm.
Uh-huh.
and it's a great, great indie film with Asa Butterfield and Jaden Martell, who I
Oh,
had
cool.
worked the last time I was in Jersey. I had done a film with Jaden when he was really young. This was in 2017. It was an A24 film that I had a small part in called Low Tide, which is
I'd
on
heard of Low Tide.
HBO.
Mm.
Yeah, so it was really cool seeing Jaden at the LA premiere about a month and a half ago because it was just a nice reunion. But I'm proud of him, and like this movie is so good. I mean, it's one of the best films I've seen in a long time,
Oh,
and
wow.
it's totally indie, and it's only in theaters right now.
Oh, that's
Certain
awesome.
cities. Yeah,
No,
yeah,
thank you for sharing that, man. Because
Yeah,
like
that's very cool.
that's kinda how we are. I think it was funny you were talking about
Mhm.
being in it was making me think of you and how you are picking all these VHS and old films and like
Yeah, just like random stuff, just old VHS tapes, $5 movie bin,
yeah,
just grabbing stuff
yeah.
and watching it. I Your girlfriend, it
yeah.
sounds like you guys is she more like, she's probably a cinephile too?
Yeah, well, she watches a lot. She works in the industry, so she's more up on really good TV shows and stuff. Like I probably watch more films than she does. But she watches a lot of great TV, and an incredible makeup designer. She was the makeup designer of Last Train to Fortune. That's how we met. Yeah, and she's from New Zealand originally and started her career on the Hobbit films. And then she moved to London and worked in London on major shows for 8 years, like I May Destroy You, Bridgerton, Game of Thrones, The Witcher, Gangs of London. I mean, her resume is crazy. And over there, the hair and makeup departments are not separated. Like in the same way, like you have to do both. You have to know how to do both, and you have to have like a very deep knowledge of prosthetics and everything, and doing all that. So her skill set is unmatched, like that I've seen from a makeup artist. She's so much more than a makeup artist. What I'm saying, she's a real artist in her own right and a designer. And so she's trying to design more indies now. But she moved to L.A. about 4.5 years ago, 5 years ago, and just became a citizen. And in September, and so but she didn't know anybody in LA, and she's already worked her way up and through the unions, and she's working on she just did The Comeback on HBO with Lisa Kudrow and stuff. And yeah, she's an amazing artist.
That's cool. So you guys, for movie nights, I always like to ask couples these questions because I always think it's funny, like when Erica and I are trying to pick something, and
Right.
I'll like, what about this super gruesome horror? And she's like, absolutely not. And then she's like, what about this true crime where it's really messed up true crime? And I'm like, that's a little dark for me. So, what kind of stuff would you guys watch together? Like, what are your kind of common grounds, you and your girlfriend?
We watch a lot of documentaries, like a lot of m- um, mini doc series things. Um, there's a fair amount of reality TV that she loops me into sometimes, which I admit I get into it sometimes. Yeah, we watch a lot of like drama shows. I'm trying to think what the last thing we were watching is. Just drawing a blank right now, but
Mm,
oh, we had just started watching the new season of Euphoria,
Oh,
mm.
yeah.
but but she's like, I'm not waiting for you. I watched the first episode, and then I had to come out here. I
Right.
watched it
Oh,
like with her like the night before I left. So yeah, we watch a good variety. We're always open to stuff. We show up to a lot of like union screenings, like for films like through SAG or through her makeup union, like stuff we get invited to around the city and stuff. We'll go see. Like that's how we usually see movies in advance. Like, well, that's how we saw Marty Supreme and stuff like that.
oh,
Yeah.
sweet, sweet
I
man.
I was you kind of bring up something that I was thinking about because that is one of the magical, people it's really easy to get into that like, oh, you should, why go to LA, right? And it's like I
Yeah.
think one of the other things that people don't talk about is how much LA has so many amazing theaters. And
Hmm, hmm.
it is truly like the environment. Like when I go visit LA, I'm going to go to see some of these theaters and see some of these like
Mhm.
the breadth of content that's kind of just being screened everywhere, like there's like a
Yeah. No,
magic to the
totally.
city that way.
Yeah. Have you been to the Vista?
Yeah.
Oh, the Vistas.
Yeah.
I've only seen pictures. It looks so cool though. That isn't that like
Oh man,
one of
the Vista's the
Tarantino's
coolest.
favorite?
Oh, it's an amazing
Yeah.
spot.
So Tarantino bought it, John. He
Oh wait,
bought
that's
it.
right. That's his big like 70 millimeter theater, and then he's got the New Beverly, right?
He's got the new Bev, yeah, the new Beverly, which is the one which I've always been going to for ages. But I love the Vista like as a theater because it's just so cool looking in there, and it's such a real old time movie house.
Hmm.
It's just wonderful.
Right.
Yeah, no, I love that. There's so many really cool ones. I'm quite close with Grant Moninger, who runs the American Cinematheque,
Oh,
and
cool.
so yeah, and he's good friends with Adam Rifkin too, and so he does screenings at the Egyptian and at the Los Feliz 3 and also the Arrow Theater in Santa Monica.
Very
And the
cool.
Arrow's really cool too. Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
cool. Well, I want to double check. What's your heart out today? I don't
I
want to
don't
keep
I
it too
don't I
long.
don't have one, but you guys yeah,
We'll keep.
I'm
I
good.
don't. We won't go over probably an hour, but I don't. I
No.
just don't want to keep you too long.
It's been a
Um,
fun chat though. That's
yeah,
it's a
yeah.
good
No,
sign because
no,
we're like
Because
we're like
we'll
we're like
keep going
rolling.
for hours, and I'm like, I hope he doesn't
no,
like.
yeah, no, I know, me too. It's really fun. We can talk about. Is there anything we haven't talked about?
Oh heck yeah, I got some stuff.
We got some
All
stuff.
right,
You want
cool,
to
cool,
move?
good.
We're moving to the next
We're
subject.
yeah, we're working through stuff, but we wanted to talk about your music a little bit.
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
Um,
dude, thank you guys. I would love to talk about my music. Yeah.
yeah, so he just had me listen today to Love Packs, and,
Yeah.
it's still in my head. I'm still like I don't know if you see me bobbing over here,
Yeah,
but, I'm
yeah.
still like, the melody's still in my head. So, yeah, can you tell us a little bit about your music and about Love Packs? And I heard there's a new release coming out is what Ron said?
Thank you so much. Yeah, so it's I just released it actually. It's brand new. It's a song called Snapshot. And yeah, I released under the name Love Packs, Love comma Packs. It's kind of a signature that I always do. You know, like growing up, like when I went to high school, we all called each other by our last names, and everybody called me Pax or J Pax. Like J Pax was a big one. And I just used to sign off like letters like that. And so I was like, okay, this is literally my signature. I'm gonna make this my music moniker because the Love Pack stuff. I've been in a couple bands I'm still involved with, but the Love Pack stuff is so much more kind of personal. And I'd always wanted to learn how to play guitar. I'm not a great guitarist. I know enough to write songs and play, but then I've worked with this great musician named Nicholas Thompson, who John, you kind of remind me like you could be his brother or something a little bit. I
Oh,
was gonna think,
sounds like a
um,
handsome fellow.
yeah, yeah, good looking dudes for
Thank you.
sure.
Thank you.
And he just moved to Germany, unfortunately, but he used to live in Oklahoma City, and he's the half brother of a good actor friend of mine. And we started collaborating because so I come and I just record the guitar and sing, and then he'll add piano to it and
Mm,
build it out and engineer it and bass. He plays like multiple instruments. But when dad passed away, I was like, I really want to throw myself into guitar
mm,
as much as I possibly can. And because I was always into hip hop. Like
mm,
I love like hip hop music, and I grew up kind of like, and so I'm in a like kind of an alternative hip hop group
mm.
that Dad was very supportive of. He would take me to like shows with like to 3 6 Mafia
Oh, sweet.
and like
Oh
Jedi
my
mind
gosh.
tricks and
I
like
I
Dude,
Joseph
that's
want
Snoop
to
awesome.
Dogg.
see your dad at the 3-6 Mafia show.
Oh
That
yeah.
is such a visual to me
Oh,
already.
my dad would take me and my friends and be like, just don't tell your mothers. You know, there's girl we were at a college show, and there's girls just like pulling their shirts off. It was
Oh, man.
crazy. I was like, it was wild. It was so, but like, you know, we yeah, and then we would always get to meet them, and they those kind of rappers just always loved my dad. It
Mm.
was so
Oh, of
funny.
course.
They just Yeah, and I mean, my dad had made a movie with Ice-T back in the day, and Ice Cube. They were
Which
Oh,
both in
yeah.
it. It
which
was called
movie?
Tress. It was a Walter Hill movie called
Mhm.
Trespass.
Oh, that
Have you seen
sounds
With
that one?
with
familiar.
I haven't
it's
seen that one.
my dad and Bill Sadler, William Sadler are the two like main white guys.
Ah,
And
gosh,
then
I feel
yeah,
like I remember that movie.
Putting it on the letterbox.
Yeah. Well, especially if it's Walter
I
Hill,
don't
that's what
remember if it's a very good film, but it's definitely worth watching.
Mhm.
well, and
I think
that director is one of those directors that can have a low-key amazing movie out of nowhere. Like,
Oh
yeah,
yeah. I mean,
yeah.
The Warriors was like probably one of my favorite
Yep.
films growing up. I had the video game too,
Oh,
Mm,
dope.
and it was just like so. Oh my god! I If I could remake a film,
mm,
Right.
I wouldn't even want to remake that because it's so perfect. But I'm just saying,
mhm.
if I could be cast in a movie that
In the
has already
world.
been in the
Yeah.
world and be
Mhm.
shot, because I wouldn't you couldn't do it better, but I would love to have been to play like Swan from fucking
I could totally see you
like
in that, yeah.
I was just gonna say,
from
dude, I feel like you
the
could do it.
Warriors. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would love that. Oh my god. Yeah.
Well, I want to
Yeah.
ask you about your music,
Oh yeah.
like,
Sorry.
is it just kind of Oh, no, no, you're great. No, I love it. But I wanted to ask you about, l like, what's your is it kinda just like a therapeutic thing? Like, you just play music because you love to play music, or are you trying to get, like, messages out there, you think, with your music?
Yeah, I'm trying to. It's both.
Mm,
I'm really trying to get it out there. I would really love some more ears on this stuff. It's
mm,
hard to promote the music. It's hard to promote everything these days. I find because I'm not as good with like just the social media stuff as
mhm,
like you have to be these
yeah.
days. Which,
Believe us, we know.
I just want to focus on making the music. I don't want to
Yeah,
focus on, oh, I got to schedule like 3 TikTok posts today and this week and this
I
and
hate
just
that stuff.
blast people. Yeah,
Yeah.
I hate that stuff. It's like it's draining.
Mhm,
Right.
Serving this algorithmic beast that is just what we're all just a slave to.
mhm,
But I yeah, I do really want to get the music out there though. So
mm,
because I kind of came up on music like by Nick Drake and Elliott Smith and
mm,
Iron and Wine, Bonnie Iver, like,
Mhm.
Jose Gonzalez, like all these artists, and I
Mm,
always wanted to make like a softer folk sound, like intimate sounding thing.
Mhm.
And so yeah, that's the stuff of everything that I've like done since Dad's been gone. It's
Mhm.
the Love Pax music that I wish I could show him
oh,
of
for
it,
sure.
Yeah.
That's
of
amazing.
anything. Yeah, like that's the stuff for
Do you
me.
feel like
Yeah.
it is it exercising a different creative muscle? Like, is there I
Well, I
guess
think like John said, it's like it's a calming, like therapeutic
Mm.
outlet for me. It's more of like a grounding, like it's not like I try to challenge myself with it, but it's not about that. Like
Mhm.
I'm trying to find a comfortable place to curl up into
Yeah.
with that music.
And I really felt that with Love Packs too, because it's just so chill and like it was beautiful. Yeah,
yeah.
we listened to it right before this, and it was great.
Thank you.
So
Yeah, I just released this music video called Snapshot.
mm,
That Rocky Shank. He's this great music video director and photographer. He
mm,
actually made my favorite Adele music video for an
mm,
early song of hers called Hometown Glory.
mm,
It's
Mm,
a great song too. And but he's done music videos for like Joni Mitchell, like the Red Cross, like the Cramps, all kinds of people. And so I got to film actually with him at his house, and we put out a black and white kind of old film noir looking music video. Kind of
mhm,
like it looks like something you'd see on Turner Classic Movies or something. And that's my most recent release. I just released it, I think, like 2 weeks ago on
mm.
yeah, called Snapshot.
Have you seen that one?
yeah, that's the one.
That's the one we watched.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so what was Love Packs then? Is that
Love
this?
Lux. That's the
Love
moniker
Pax is
of
the
it.
name of my artist name.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
perfect.
Yeah,
yes.
Okay, so
Snapshot is the
Snapshot is the
song.
Snapshot's the
single.
name of the
Yes.
song. Yeah,
Okay, beautiful.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good, great.
Um, what's your approach? Because you can get way more impressionistic and more abstract with music video as an art form.
Hmm.
What was your conversations with the director about like, because like again, you have the chops that you could go very narrative with something if you wanted to for your musical, for your music videos. Like, what was that conversation like? Like developing
That
the music.
was honestly that was me being like I known so Rocky was my dad's first roommate in LA.
Oh,
He's
whoa.
yeah, they met in
Hmm.
LA. They were very young. They were like 17 living together and they were old friends. They used to make Rocky would direct my dad's like music videos when he was in this band called Martini Ranch and they were signed to Sire Records under Warner Brothers. Actually, James Cameron, the only music video he ever directed was for Martini Ranch. It's called
Mm,
Reach.
Oh,
mm,
whoa.
And
I'm gonna have to YouTube
yeah,
that
yeah,
now.
but Rocky would do, and Dad would always get his like his actor friends in there, like Anthony Michael Hall, or yeah, Anthony Michael Hall and people like that, and Bud Cort and stuff, and
Oh,
all these
wow.
people, and yeah, so I'd always wanted, so I basically had always wanted to do something with Rocky, and I said, and Rocky just said, I would love that. Like he has this interesting voice, like I love that, I'll do that. Okay, and it was like,
mm.
yeah, we'll shoot it at my house, and
Oh, nice.
so he came up with everything. Honestly,
Mm.
I didn't have anything a conversation with him other than he sent me like a whole breakdown he had written and timed out everything and was like, I want to do this. Does this look good to you? And I said, yes.
Right,
And it was
right.
literally just Rocky, my girlfriend, and I, just three of us.
Very
We
cool.
shot it.
That's so awesome, dude. Well, and you
Yeah.
kinda especially when you're doing larger work or work that is like, you know, in Europe or
Mm,
something that's heavy like what you're working right now, to go back to that smaller, intimate, we're just making something with 3 people,
mhm.
that's
Yeah.
that's really nice. So,
Thanks. Yeah. It's an intimate song, and the experience of making the video was intimate too. So it was all very fitting. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
okay.
we can move on to talking about one of the last things is the film Grind that is showing at the Spark of Madness Film Festival.
Yep.
Yeah.
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 Woo.
Heck yeah. Thank
I'm
you, sir.
stoked to
Thank you,
talk about
sir.
this movie, believe me.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about your involvement in Grind. How'd you get involved with it? And yeah, I think that's a good place to start. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's start there.
definitely. Have you guys seen Grind?
Oh, heck yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I think twice at this point. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, Grind is fun, isn't it?
Yeah. We had a lot
Oh,
of fun.
man.
Grind is so much fun. I like. Okay, so where do I start this story? Um, okay, so I have to go back many steps that will lead to this.
Mm,
When in 2015, I produced like and made this gritty indie film. And it was my first time like kind of being a lead in a film, and it was called Boogeyman Pop. And it was we went to Bend, Oregon and shot it. Brad Michael Elmore directed it. I did his second film Bit as well. Um, what happened with Boogeyman Pop was we made this movie for like 80 grand, and it was kind of an anthology, sort of like it would loop on itself. It was well, it wasn't an anthology in the same sense that Grind is, but it was an elliptical story that
Mm,
kept looping back and following a different character over the same day.
mm,
And I shot myself out. They hadn't finished the film. We ran out of money. We took it to Blumhouse,
Mm,
and Jason Blum flipped for it. He
mm,
was like, "I love this." He was like, he's like, "Let's just finish this. Like, what do you
mm,
need?" And we're like, "Well, we could use like another 60 grand." He's
mhm.
like, "Done."
Oh,
Gave
nice.
us the
oh, that's so
60.
great.
Gave us the 60 grand. They went and finished it. I was wrapped, but
Mm,
Blumhouse ended up selling it to Shudder, and it
mm,
had played a bunch of genre festivals, like really good festivals, and was making the circuit in like 2018 or 2017 or something.
mm,
And then, unfortunately, there was some. I'm not even aware of all the details. There was some like investor disagreement, some
Mm,
red tape that held it up from being the sale to Shutter fully going through,
mm,
and it was like shelved and like written off
mm.
probably as a tax write-off indefinitely. Never came out officially to the public.
Oh, wow.
And I love this movie. It's such a punk rock supernatural crazy. It's kind of got like elements of Stranger Things, but we did that
Mm.
before
right.
Stranger Things.
Right.
But nobody would know that because it never came out. But
Mhm.
it's like and anyways, that introduced me to the world of Blumhouse.
Mm,
I was suddenly reading for everything, like director
Mm,
sessions, everything with Blumhouse. I was reading for, David Gordon Green at Blumhouse's offices. Like, I read
mm,
for everything. Unfortunately, didn't book like any of those, but I came close on
mm,
a few things. It's kind of how I met like Ruby. I was up for Happy Death Day as well. We actually met at a different audition before that, but Ruby Modine's a very close friend of mine.
mm,
That's why I called her for this movie for Sicklerville. But so, anyways, Chelsea Stardust, who produced Grind, used to work for Jason Blum. She was his personal assistant, and she started. But she's an incredible writer and director and producer, and she was learning constantly through that process. And then Jason gave her an opportunity to direct her first feature called All That We Destroy,
mm.
and it ended up as part of the Hulu's Into the Dark series. Like,
right.
Oh.
and I read for that, and it
Mm,
came down to me and Israel Broussard, and he had done a Happy Death Day and a couple other things for them, and so it went his way. But Chelsea said, "I'm going to work with you." Like when I left my
mhm,
last audition, she was so nice. She's like, "Regardless of what happens on this one, we're gonna make a movie together." And she called me about Grind. She produced Grind, and she came good on that, promise. And that was nice. And I love working with her. I just adore her. And then I just did another movie with her in January that Fangoria is producing. That she's
Oh,
directing
dope.
another
oh,
like
cool.
horror anthology called
Mm.
Gore Zone.
Hmm,
And
very
Gore
timely.
Zone.
yeah,
I love it.
yeah. So that's how Grind came to be. She just offered me the part. I read it. I was like, this is so good. Like this is gonna be so much fun. I was
Oh
like, I
yeah,
could just
dude.
fucking chew this one up. So
And you do, dude.
yeah.
I was gonna say that was my thought is your performance in this vignette, this part of the anthology
Mm,
is such a great example, I feel, of like scene stealing. Not, you know, of course it's an
Thanks, man.
ensemble
mhm.
piece,
Oh, go
but
on, Ron. Go
but
on.
but but dude, from like moment
Thanks.
one, this character, you come in with such a unique kind of tone toward the guy, and I love it. And it just like
Thanks. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Tell me about that. Because he's not like he's he's a part of the puzzle,
Mm,
right?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, I guess going back to like the
Well, yeah.
basketball metaphor or something like that, right? Like you're like kind of like a very strategic piece of
Role
the
player.
equation of grind, right? But
Yeah.
you nail it. It's like so
Thanks, Ron. I really that means like so much to me. I really appreciate it. Yeah, no, I like the funny thing is, like, my character is the whole motivation for him even being in that union meeting, like, secret unionized meeting, is because
Yeah.
he wants to hook up with the hot
Right.
girl
Mhm.
who works there. Like,
Mhm.
that's all he
He doesn't
wants,
care.
like,
Yeah.
he doesn't care. He's a fake
Yeah.
activist. He's
Right.
like he's like trying to
Performative.
impress her. He's totally performative. That's why he, like, glues his hand on the thing, and he's
Yeah.
just like
Right.
he thinks she's gonna be like impressed by that, and she's just
Mm.
like, this guy's a fucking idiot, like,
Mhm.
and that was so fun to play. Like, it was just like, oh man, like, so that's just what I leaned into with that, was just like playing him earnestly, trying to impress, and he doesn't care how stupid he makes himself look,
Right.
kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
self-deprecation, right? Because I do think, like,
yeah.
that's a sometimes it's hard to let go of your own ego of, well, I wanna look good on camera, and you let yourself
Mhm.
just look like an
Yeah,
idiot.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Oh
you do have
yeah.
to let go of your
Oh,
ego, I
totally.
imagine, yeah.
So good. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I think, like, you always, like, should throw vanity out the window for stuff.
Mhm.
My dad was always like, you're it's the character's moment to come to life. It's their moment. It's not James up there on screen.
Mhm.
It's Crow. It's whoever the character is, and play that, and that has always helped me get a separation from any personal insecurities or vanities
Mhm.
or ego things. It, like, gives me a separation, because I let go of that, yeah,
Yeah.
and just get into the character's mindset. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's good to do things like this too, where we can just see how sharp you are, and your memory throughout this whole like interview has just been like astounding. Like
Right.
you're just such an impressive individual,
Yeah, and then
and
and
so
then
it's so
and then
funny
when
to
they
Oh,
see
see
you
this
thanks.
in
movie,
that
they're gonna
role
see
as a
this
goofball.
guy
Yeah.
that
Thank you,
you
guys.
play, and yeah, that's a talent, that's a skill to
Mhm.
play
Oh,
that
I
that
appreciate it.
that
Thanks.
bumbling, I guess, like
Yeah, yeah. Well, I really appreciate you guys including it in the festival. I think it's a great honor to have it there, and it's on a good run. Like, it's a kind of movie that, like, I love that it's touring. It's like, it's
Mhm.
kind of,
Mhm.
I love when movies go on, like, a world tour.
Mhm.
It's like, hell yeah, why wouldn't they? Like, if they're good and entertaining, why wouldn't they get to go around? And so it's been doing really well. It's been going to like, we premiered at South by Southwest,
Mm.
Right.
and it had 3 screenings there, and apparently they
Mm.
were all just sold out,
Oh, so cool.
and so that was cool. I couldn't go, unfortunately,
Mhm.
but I was in New Zealand, which is a beautiful place. So I I
Right, right.
um
Yeah,
I was with my girlfriend and went back and saw her family. Yeah,
very cool.
No, it's
yeah,
it's a great film, and I do think I love the anthology approach, and it's so kinda also the quintessentially LA, like this whole
Mhm.
gig
yeah.
economy, right? Like, I
The
think if you
DoorDash thing.
Yeah, the
Yeah, like all that
DoorDash
stuff.
thing, all that stuff, like,
Yeah,
it just,
yeah.
it has a great cast in that sense too.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, the
Um
cast is really cool. Barbara Crampton is lovely. I got to know her, but I didn't get to work with her. But she's attached to play my mother in a movie that I'm trying to produce and get off the ground. But
mm,
yeah, love her. She was great in that, I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Well, cool, man.
Rob Hubel was awesome.
oh,
He was
yeah.
like the guy that,
Oh,
yeah,
right, right.
that
Yeah. He was so funny in that.
yeah, that's actually my favorite segment.
It was really funny.
Is the one where he is content moderation.
Yeah, yeah,
I would
that was
if I
really
could have
funny, I
played a
loved it.
different if I could have played a different role as well, if I
Right.
Mhm.
had my choice, I might have played, like, the Christopher Marquette role. Like, I would have loved to have played that guy who's just,
Mhm.
like, trying to get through those videos and stuff.
Right, right.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I love the part I played, but it would have been. I loved that segment. I thought that segment was brilliant.
Yeah, that was
It was
great.
a much darker part of the film, but I was like, they needed that.
It
It
was
needed
dark.
to go there.
It was still funny
Yeah.
though. Like and that is like, social media is kinda dark. It's messed up, you know?
Right,
Like we
right.
were
Oh
talking about
yeah.
earlier. So yeah, it totally
Totally.
was nailing it.
No, and it kinda
Absolutely.
again, it's a movie that even within its premise is kind of flowing within different genres. Like,
Mhm.
it really felt like kind of almost watching, like, a season of TV in a weird way,
Yeah, a little bit.
and
Episodic.
it felt episodic in a
Yeah.
good way because it had the
Yeah.
cohesion.
It is episodic. It totally is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, cool, man. Well, I can start wrapping it up. I think we're about to hit our hour mark. And I just want to say, I feel like you really honor us by coming on here and talking to us. And we're just really honored to show your film
Yeah.
at our film festival. And you're so impressive and you're so busy. So I just really appreciate you coming on and talking
Oh
to
no,
us. I really
I
appreciate it.
appreciate it. I'm sorry that I didn't have a better setup for this.
It
I'm
was
like,
perfect. It worked out
we're
perfect.
out here like on the road and stuff. The kind
Hmm.
of, it's like, this is it's a leaner budget, this one, but
Hmm.
you take what you have and you try to do the best that you can with it,
No,
and
yeah.
make something. It's all about just being creative and moving forward and finding, movie making is all about problem solving,
Hmm.
Right.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You're out there in the trenches of South New Jersey, and we just really appreciate you making the time to come on here and talk about Grind, which we love, and all your other movies.
Thank
I
you
have to go
guys.
back and rewatch so many movies now.
Yeah.
It's so cool to
Thank you
talk to
guys.
another cinephile, so
Yeah, yeah.
I had a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Well, we
Well,
should
we're
do it
just
again. We should do it again sometime.
I'd love that.
heck yeah, dude.
Absolutely.
Well, again, that's our hope is that, you're officially a part of the Spark of Madness clique, and
Absolutely.
we will
I'm
keep
in now.
ourselves
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
conversations going and learning about each other's work and seeing what we can do because yeah, dude, you're doing amazing stuff and I'm so excited to like
S
bring grind to Pocatello and get
Mhm.
grind to Idaho and that audience, but then get people following your career too in
Yeah,
that
I'm
way. So
super
Thank you
excited to
guys.
watch, not only what everything else you do in the future, but Toad too is
oh yeah,
standing out as
Oh,
Toad.
something I'm
thanks.
I
Yeah.
super
mean
excited to
these
watch.
upcoming projects both sound stellar in their own right. So
Thank you. Yeah, I'm really excited about Toad, and I appreciate you guys so much for the support. It means a world to me, and I'd love to do it again sometime, and hopefully in person, maybe.
That'd be
yeah,
Maybe
awesome.
we can hang out. All
uh
right.